what does Red have to lose in all this,
uh,
if anything?
everything, and well, he's got nothing to lose because he had nothing to begin with. But he's
And
got
that's what makes him
everything to gain,
dangerous.
man. Yeah, everything to gain. That makes him extremely dangerous. All right, hey guys, welcome to ICU Presents. We're here today to just talk about our new book, the Maroon Gunslinger. It's a two-book series. So, Christian, what do you think? How can we start this?
Um, I mean, shit, let's just start with the basics. Let's start with like the concept. How did you come up with the concept, right? Because it was originally your brainchild.
Oh, yeah, concept. Well, I mean, if we're going to be honest with the people, we were actually looking for a book that we could just sell because we had all these ideas that we wanted to keep, like Negative Event, Red Shield Archives, and a few others. And we were like, well, we got to come up with something that we don't want to keep as our own stuff. So that was the premise in the beginning. And oh, then one day I was watching Looney Tunes. Yeah, guys, I'm that old. And I heard the word maroon, and I always thought as a kid that the that maroon meant stupid, silly, goofy, dumb. You know what I mean? Because they would throw it in with crackpot and sucker, and so I looked it up, and I found out that it actually meant to be marooned or to maroon from somewhere. So and then the Maroon Nation popped up, and our articles about escaped slaves starting their own communities called Maroon Towns and stuff like that. And I was like, man, that's a pretty cool concept, man. If we had like a escaped slave out rampaging through the South, man, that would be fucking awesome, dude. And as soon as I said gunslinger, I'm like the Maroon Gunslinger, and boom! I mean, that was it, dude. It fucking took off from there, and within 2 months, we had our first draft, man. It was fucking awesome.
Tell me about Red. Like, who is he?
He was born free. Ma was free. They are currently in the book. They're owned by Harlan Terwilliger. So these two towns border each other over a bridge up over the north and the south, in this alternate universe that they're in, that where the Civil War has yet to happen, and it's 1911. So we're exploring a world where revolution happens naturally as opposed to over politics and property rights, the way it actually happened in history. And because I believe revolution is inevitable. You treat a certain sect of people a certain way long enough, and they're gonna rise up. They might win, they might lose, but they're gonna fucking rise. It's gonna happen. So um, uh, it happened in real life and for political reasons, but it was gonna happen eventually.
So I'm actually curious. When you were first writing Red, how did you imagine him?
I didn't. You know
Oh,
me, man.
that's
I'm
right.
I'm
That's right.
terrible. Yeah, I don't envision. I rely on Christian and Daniel and Justine when we're creating to help me visualize these characters. Because what I'm writing, I don't really see. I mean, I can see, but like I see it, but I don't like they don't look. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I really don't because I don't know how to describe it. Man. I really don't. It's so bad. I don't know how to describe. I
I honestly
don't.
don't know how you do it. Like, how do you write but not see what what
Yeah,
you're
that's
writing?
what
Like,
that's.
that's crazy to me.
I guess for me, it's just like it's story and dialogue, and I guess the written character is what I'm driven by, I guess, and that's why when I see your art, and you've turned these characters in, brought them to life, I'm like, holy shit, like that's fucking awesome, dude. But and because I really don't, I don't envision them in any way. you can show me somebody and I could be like, oh, I think you have like we've gone through photos. I'm like, I don't know, man, I don't think so. But I think I'm comparing the image to what I know Red's character to be, and not what you know what I'm saying, what I think he looks
Right,
like. So I'm
right, right.
trying to match that image with his character. So I want him that he's young, but he's had a rough life, so he has a rugged look to him, you know what I mean? So I mean, I'm just looking for that image that would fit that character or whatever. So
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, so like in a way, then the character's personality does affect how they look, and that happens even to me. Like
yeah,
to me, it's not only the personality, it's their past, what have they been through. And it's also like an aesthetic thing in the sense that for example, with Red, uh we know from his background that he had to look a particular way and have particular features. I can't say
true.
what
Yeah,
that
yeah.
background is because it'd be a
Right, right.
spoiler.
You'll get yeah. Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Yeah, but something particular in his background made it to where he had to look a certain way. And so
That
the
list we talked about earlier has something to do with that as well.
yeah, exactly. And so I honestly can't remember all of the names that we considered because I do this thing that whenever I'm designing a character, it helps me to have an actor in mind. Like if we were
So
going to turn
physical
this into a
representation.
movie, who could play this
Right,
part?
right.
And I forgot how many like actors we went through for Red
I don't
anyway,
remember. Yeah, it was a
but
few.
I know that we ended up settling on Michael Ealy because
Yeah.
he
Hmm.
seemed to fit the profile, and I think he fit it very well. So actually spent a little while studying different pictures of Michael Ealy, and I wish I had some of those sketches because they were in the old iPad that got stolen,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
never sent them to you. Um, but I did a couple of like sketches just to kind of like study his face and get his features down to the point where I can sketch an image of Red from memory without having to look at the reference.
Right, right.
And it's cool because it always it makes its own character that doesn't quite look like Michael Ealy, but it has like a slight resemblance. It has all the features that I wanted.
Right. I know that
Um,
Michael B. Jordan and
oh, that's right.
uh,
Yeah, yeah, we did.
Omar Gooding were all in the running.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, so then that helped with the look. With Terwilliger, my immediate guy was Sam Elliott. Just
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know why.
Yeah, it was the same thing for me with Billy, Steve Zahn. Like as soon as I like Steve Zahn popped right. Now I want to be clear, guys. We do not think Sam Elliott or Steve Zahn are racist or horrible people. We love them. They're great actors. So
They
no,
just
don't
fit the
try to
look.
sue us for like they'll be
No,
like,
no.
"Hey, bro, we didn't have to give you permission to depict us as racist."
Yeah, no, and we should make it abundantly clear that I'm not trying to capture these people's likeness exactly. It's I used
Right,
them as a
right.
sort of inspiration and went from there. Um, there was Sam Elliott,
Okay.
and then I remember actually that I even recommended I don't remember the actor's name, but he was a character in the movie Holes. I think his name is Trout Walker. Yeah, it's basically like the
Right.
rich
Well,
guy in
oh
this
yeah,
hole.
yeah.
He also fit the profile. He just wasn't old enough.
Mm.
Um, and so, it really helps to have these actors to go off of and just to kind of get a feel of what this person might look like. Trying to remember the sheriff. We loosely
Oh
based
yeah,
him off of John Goodman.
Ron Goodman.
John Goodman. So that at least gets the faces down to where I can draw them, get different expressions, because I can look up different uh, references from different movies and red carpet photo shoots and things like that. But then as far as
Rooster.
as far as like, huh?
I was gonna say, oh, sorry, I was gonna say Rooster was
Oh
inspired
yeah,
by
yeah,
Pimp Down.
yeah, yeah, Cat
And
Williams.
who was Mule? I cannot remember the dude's
I
name.
don't remember
He's
his name, but if I see his face, I know it.
yeah. Where you at, Daniel? That was Daniel. Daniel was like, "Hey man, what about this guy?" And we're like, "Holy shit, he's fucking perfect, dude."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
It was good. And then oh Ma. So Ma, I remember we went with Viola Davis, right?
Viola Davis. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
Um,
wanted to say first, while we're here and while we got everybody here, in the page where um Laura hits the ground,
mhm.
okay, dude, you see Ma. It's almost like you see Ma laying on the ground, like it's almost like
Oh
she transformed, like the trauma. Bam! It's like holy shit, dude. Which is she resembles her through the
yeah, yeah.
entire part. But when that happens and she hits, like you can just like, damn, dude, that's fucking deep, dude. That was deep.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't mean to make her look so much like Ma, but I was trying to capture a resemblance because it's her daughter.
Well, I think that because Ma has a certain look to her after all these years of trauma, that she resembles Ma, that when you made her make that face that Ma has anyway, you know what I'm saying? It was inevitable, 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 inevitable. You know, once you put her face in that same um, worn, tired look, then she just looked like mine. You couldn't help it.
Right.
I figured, well, even if it's accident, it was fucking nice. Worked out nice.
Yeah, but I mean, even things like that, yeah, they'll go a long way in how we shape this character's face. Because, for example, you got Red, when I draw him, I always try to keep this ironically, I call it the hardened Civil War face, which is
Mm-hmm.
but really it's just a hardened war face in general.
Yeah.
If you look at a lot of images of men that have just come back from war or just after a war, whether we won or lost, it doesn't matter. They all kind of have this like squinty-eyed, hardened, barely ever smile kind of look. And I like those kinds of looks for heroes specifically because it shows that, they've been hardened by life, but they still go through with their destiny and things like that.